Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching from. I am the Kenyan Beast, of course. We are doing it the African way every day, every time. Welcome to my YouTube space, and I love you so much for being here. Now, we are talking about African way. When you talk about African way, we are talking about Africa for Africans. We are talking about pan-Africanism. We are talking about anti-neo-colonization. Everyone right now is talking about bringing Africa together so that Africa can be strong, the strength of Africa. When we talk about Africa right now, everyone is talking about the Sahel region. Everyone is talking about Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso. Everyone is talking about Ibrahim Traore. Now, as I was sitting down and thinking about Africa, thinking about what best we can do for Africa, I thought about Ibrahim Traore. I thought about Mali. I thought about Niger. And when Ibrahim Traore came into my mind, I started thinking this. Why do African leaders don't talk about Ibrahim Traore? Why do African leaders, a lot of them, they don't support the motives of Ibrahim Traore? And I was thinking of reasons why someone cannot support what is positive for Africa. I was thinking about why someone cannot support the agenda to change Africa, the agenda to bring Africa together. I was thinking about why some of the puppet leaders, some of the leaders cannot support the unity of Africa, cannot support anti-neo-colonization, cannot support sending away the colonizer so that to make Africa great. I was thinking about why do some African leaders cannot support the growth of Africa, the liberation of Africa, agricultural liberation, the liberation of Africa, economical liberation. I thought about a lot of things, and I decided to ask myself this question and to get some answers. Why do African leaders, some of them, they don't like or they don't talk about Ibrahim Traore? Now, I know you know the reasons. Maybe you have your own reasons or your own thoughts. Tell me in the comment section about them. About why do you think some of the leaders from Africa, they don't support him? And I got to understand a lot of leaders of Africa are the puppets. When we talk about Kenyan President William Ruto, when you talk about South African President, when you talk about Ghana, Nigeria, when you talk about Uganda, Tanzania, a lot of African leaders are puppets to their masters. Now they are serving their masters, and they cannot entertain anything that's against their masters. And this thing that's against their master is Ibrahim Traore, is the Sahel, is the Mali and Niger president. They are against their masters. Ibrahim Traore, the Burkina Faso president, the Mali president, the Niger president, now Chad president, they have sent away their colonizer, the former colonizer, which is France, and they are looking for new friends like Russia. They are seeking military support from Russia. As we know the history, Russia did not colonize any country from Africa. China did not colonize any country from Africa. As we know up to now, Russia are good friends to Africa. Russia are offering military and technology support to Africa. China are good friends to Africa. And why would we support the countries or the states that are not good friends to us, and we don't want to support the good friends? Why should we go on with France and yet Russia is there to support us military? France has supported military-wise these countries from Western Africa, but little did we know they are just exploiting, they are just creating wars and chaos in West African region. But Russia is there to change the wave, and that's why we see a lot of countries like Burkina Faso, Mali and Niger, they are going for Russia rather than France. But France do not like it. As we know, France has been in Africa for long. They have put their they have put their strength in Africa. They are based in Africa. They are roots deep in Africa, and they have a lot of friends in Africa. The friends where they have put their military bases like Ivory Coast and Guinea. So they are using this country to fight Burkina Faso. They are using this country to fight Mali. They are using this country to fight any kind of stability that is being seen coming in Africa. And they don't want that. And you may ask yourself, why are they fighting and yet we are going to the right direction? These leaders who are here in power, these puppets who are serving their masters, they don't want the change, because when the change comes, they will leave that power. When the change comes, they will not get something small, because they are here living in small, leaky. They are here living for their families and friends alone. They are here living to enrich themselves, to buy themselves some helicopters, aeroplanes, jets, cars, luxury cars, and everything. Leaders from Africa are the only leaders that are getting a lot of money, a lot of payment. They are being paid to do nothing, just to sit down and to pass laws that are brought there by their masters. And other reasons why they don't like Ibrahim Traore, or they don't like the change, according to what I was going on, is that the leader is doing away with the Western countries. Leaders is doing away with the Western countries, and some African nations, they don't like that agenda. They don't like the agenda of Muzungu going away. They don't like that agenda of living away with the imperialist, with the colonizer. They are the masters, and they know what they are gaining there. Anti-Western state, that's what we call, and that's what Traore is trying to do, sending away France, Mali sending away France, Niger sending away France, and seeking friendship for someone who we think will bring Africa to where we want to go. We must have friends. Yes, we must have friends. We must have friends, but we must have friends that you are benefiting from him as long as he is benefiting from you. If it's 50-50, 50-50. But for Africa, we even don't need 50-50. We need 80-20 or 70-30, because we are the key of life. We are the proof of life. The other one are just supportive, like military support, technology support, and etc. Now, anti-Western stance for the stance that Ibrahim has taken and Mali has taken and Niger has taken is bringing a lot of tension to these leaders, because since Ibrahim Traore took power in September 2022, he has criticized the presence of France troops in Burkina Faso and has ordered for withdrawal. Now, he has aligned his government closely with Russia. And this is not sitting well to some of African countries. You may ask yourself, why are they feeling bad and yet they are not France? It's because France is paying them massively. France is paying them hugely to sabotage the growth of Africa. They fear that if they support Traore, they're not going to live long. But that's not what's supposed to be. We have seen a lot of coups attempts to Ibrahim Traore, and that's the reason. They don't want that stability. They don't want to see Africa growing. Another issue where we see some African leaders, they don't support Ibrahim Traore, is the overthrow of a democratically elected government. We all know that Ibrahim Traore came to power through coup. Now, a lot of African leaders, they are saying that is not democracy. And when we see ECOWAS oppose that, because they are saying the government that was in power, the government of Roch Marc Kabore, was democratic elected. And they are crying out of this democratic something. What do you need democracy for if your country is not moving forward? Yes, it was democratic elected. And we all know in Africa, all elections end up into stealing of elections. There is no free and fair elections. That's what we call democracy. We're voting for someone who will not ascend the power. Is that democracy? So when Ibrahim Traore took power through coup, leaders of Africa, they don't support that. The Western Bloc, the ECOWAS don't support that. They oppose that, and they are taking that like a reason to not talk about Ibrahim Traore. They are taking that like a reason of opposing Ibrahim Traore because they are saying it is illegally, or he gained power illegally without being elected with the people. But we have seen the people love Traore. We have seen the people of Burkina Faso saying Traore must remain here. That is not the reason for you not to support. I can take power through coup and do the right thing. The one who was in power was taking Burkina Faso to hell. Should we watch in the name of democracy? Should we watch a country burning in the name of democracy? Should we watch a country being sold to the colonizer in the name of democracy? Should we watch our children crying, dying of hunger in the name of democracy? Should we watch our mothers suffering, going long distance, fetching water, looking for water in the name of democracy? Should we watch our cattle, our animals dying in the name of democracy? No. What do we need democracy for? What? And why do we need democracy if the democracy is killing ourselves, is killing our daughters and sons? So these ECOWAS and African leaders are not supporting Ibrahim Traore because they call he ascended power in a coup, not democratic way. Aligning with Russia. A lot of African leaders, they don't support Ibrahim Traore because he is aligning with Russia. And they are doing this because Russia is not a friend of United Nations and are friends of France and these other countries, most of them. And the influence that Russia is getting in Africa is giving United Nations a stress, you know. Ibrahim Traore decided to align himself with the Wana group of Russia, and it's giving them stress because Russia want to change Africa. But these United European nation, they don't want to change Africa. The European Union, they don't want to change Africa. France, they don't want to change Africa. Now, Russia getting a lot of praises from Africa is giving them stress. And that's why they don't like him. African leaders, they don't like him. They don't like Burkina Faso. Traore, they don't talk about him because their masters are not in support of Russia. Now they are following what their masters is saying. They are following what their masters want. And the master want not to involve yourself with Russia anymore. And thus, they don't like Traore. They don't talk about Traore because this alignment has caused eyebrows among the Western countries, European Union. It has caused a lot. And the influence of Russia is in Africa is gaining popularity more and more, thus giving the European Union countries problems because whenever they lack, whenever they lose Africa, when they lose Africa, they lose the resources. When they lose Africa, they are going to break down. They are economic. They are going to break down easily. Another thing, it's ECOWAS opposition. Now, as mentioned, ECOWAS has been a vocal critic of Traore coup and has imposed sanctions on Burkina Faso. ECOWAS, along other African bodies like East African Community, SADC, and the African Union, advocate for the restoration of democratic governance in Burkina Faso, which has led to tensions with the Traore's government. His refusal to return the country to civilian rule within a specialized time frame has further angered regional organizations and neighboring countries. Why are you getting angry? Why are you getting angry? Go deal with your country. That's all I can say. If Ibrahim Traore decide or not decide to return the country to civilized role, don't get angry because we are looking for the better Burkina Faso. We are looking for the better Africa. We are not looking if you are angry or not. You are angry and yet your youths of Nigeria are dying of hunger, unemployment. You are angry and yet Ghanaian people don't have light. You are angry and yet your Kenyan people are suffering. You are angry and yet your South African people are suffering. Why are you angry? Because of Burkina Faso. If people of Burkina Faso are doing well, leave them alone. Whether it is coup or no coup, leave them alone. Yes, we are focusing on we want democracy in African countries. We want democracy. But all we can say is democracy without the beauty of democracy is not democracy. Democracy without freedom is not democracy. Democracy without economical liberation is not democracy. Democracy without political liberation is not democracy. Democracy with interference of geopolitical is not democracy. Democracy without freedom is not democracy. And that's why Ibrahim Traore is not getting celebrated that much. They will celebrate him when he is no more. Maybe as they are doing to Sankara, calling Sankara the hero, the hero, the hero. And yet when he was alive, they didn't call him a hero. Now, you may see where your president of your country lie. If you are coming from Kenya, you see your president is supporting other puppets. He can support the future of Africa. He can support your future. He can support the best of you. He can't support you to have better life. He is supporting you to continue suffering in the hands of the imperialists, in neo-colonization and the colonizer. I know I've talked much, but we have get some points. Why do African leaders don't like Ibrahim Traore? That's what we are talking about it today. Tell me in the comment section what you think about this video. Comment down there, like and share. I am the Kenyan Beast, of course. We are doing it the African way every day, every time. Peace be with you.